Hey, what's up? This is Harv, and we are Bizak. All right, today I want to talk about having a plan, and I want to talk a little bit more in depth about having a plan, how to structure one for your off season.
New Chanel, mama and Gucci, got out the hoop, yeah. Been through hell, carry the, life is a movie, yeah. We prevail, now we do the coupies, don't do the groupies, yeah. Got money for bail, don't act like you know me, knock off your coffee, yeah. Flooded the rollie with Ethan, Hurricane Katrina the Beamer, blowing the money like Freeman. I got a flex in the sleepers, they tryna do me like Caesar. You gotta watch for the creepers, I got the eye and I steam you. Roll up and I blow you like I'm such a high achiever, I make a skeptic believe it. Don't think the grass is greener, I wasn't counted in either. Tryna get paid in full, I feel like ice in the cleaners.
All right, welcome back. So I talked a little bit about just planning for the off season, and I want to talk a little bit more in depth about this. So I got a kid that I train. He's in high school. He was a freshman, played on the freshman team. He's trying to make strides. So one thing that I'm big on is planning for the future. No matter what you do, you have to have a solid plan. You have to have details with the plan, and it has to make sense. So one thing that I do, instead of just writing out a plan for players, I actually ask them different things to try to get their mind in the right direction on how to execute the plan and what's the best way about going about doing it. So this particular kid, I asked him, I said, "Hey, what are you looking for next year as far as next season? You know, what is your goals? Are your goals just to be a JV basketball player? Is it good to be a varsity player? What he wants to be a varsity player? All right, you want to be a varsity player. What are some of the weaknesses or what are some of the strengths that you have? Okay, and then also, what makes the most sense going forward? What are your goals in the summer? One thing he wanted to do, he wanted to play AAU basketball, which is okay. Playing AAU basketball is going to give you opportunity to shine in front of possibly some college coaches or in front of a couple different people. It can help you with your game. Okay, cool, that's fine. So, what are the things that you want to fix? What are some of the things that you need to work on? After going through what some of the things they need to work on, we kind of built out an in-depth plan, like working on, this particular person is a guard, he's not very tall, so working on getting space with his shots. We're working on what side of the floor does he get shots. Working on what are some of the shots he gets in the offense. Instead of just going and saying, hey, I'm going to work on my game or I'm going to play AAU, which is a totally different style than what your high school is. AAU may not run as many plays, so you may be a better AAU basketball player than you are a high school basketball player. Well, you probably need to flip that a little bit because high school a lot of times is what's going to get you the notoriety. College coaches going to want to talk to your high school head coaches. AAU basketball is more get up and down and run, and I mean some coaches are okay with that, but they want to see if you can fit in the system. So how does this pertain to having goals and executing your goals? One thing I talk about a lot with our players, we talk about charting your shots. What do I mean by charting your shots? Like knowing where you get your shots from. Knowing where within the offense can you get your shots from? Are you going to work those shots? Can you be a good shooter on the left side of the floor and you're right hand dominant? You got to work on different things that's going to make you better. Don't go with the fad of you want to go play with a good team because they're good, or you want to play with some good guys, or you want to play with some friends. You have to do what's best for you. Ultimately, this is the part of the game where you need to be selfish. If you're looking to be one of the best, you have to do absolutely 110% the things that needs to work for you, not for everybody else. If you need to go play for a team and possibly have them rely more on what you do in order to make you a better player, then do that. Don't go play with the team that's stacked, that you guys are going to beat people by 110 points every night. That's not going to help you either. Lastly, one of the biggest things that you can take from training, working on your game and stuff like that, you have to be honest with yourself about where you're at physically. All right, do you need to lose do you need to lose weight? Do you need to become faster? Do you need to gain weight? Do you need to get stronger? These are the things that you need to think about. I think a lot of times just going into postseason, a lot of people don't have a plan, and I mean more or less they're happy. A lot of kids are happy to play AAU because it's a freestyle type of thing, type of style, and maybe you can get off playing that way. Well, what if you want to play for Indiana University and you have to play within a system, but then you still have to have some type of freestyle with that and be smart as a basketball player. So just remember that. Remember, having a plan on what works for you going back into your season, even though you're going to go play postseason where you can get up and down and play and have leisure to do whatever you want. I'm Harvey Harrington, and hey, just remember, dreams don't work unless you do.